Fans, viewers, welcome back to Chaos Corner. We're here reviewing night 13, round 1 of the Green Room tournament. There were a lot. We just left Barry Bostwick, Cindy Pickett, and Avi Klein in an unbelievable conversation and an unbelievable competition. We now know that Barry Bostwick is in the second round of the Green Room tournament. The brackets are filling up. There's not much left. Cindy Pickett was eliminated, one and done. Who knows when she'll be back? What an unbelievable conversation. Thank you, Avi Klein. We move on to the first winner's circle segment. And who is it? And again, I talk about the video montages, and I'll continue to say it here on a 64-person single elimination bracket-style tournament to determine who will move on to the second round. These interviews are crucial in the winner's circle. These are folks that have already moved on. So you never know who's going to show up in the winner's circle. They're mixing, and we'll get on to that with the Serene Room and Miranda Tiffany. So those guys, David Holliday, Rich Masadi, Miranda Tiffany, it's now the Serene Circle. But we're here to talk about Davis Jubilee, the Southern Aristocrat, because I was interrupted, bombarded, because the lineup always changed. Cards subject to change. And look at the marquee when you go to the theater, you go to Broadway, you go to a movie, you go to an event. They give you the lineup, but it says underneath in the fine print. Always read the fine print. If I've learned anything, I've learned that. So we move on to the winner's circle with Davis Jubilee in an unbelievable video montage, as I always say. Avi's on screen with Davis and the usual bantering back and forth. They talk about Stephen Lee. Davis Jubilee has that corn cob pipe. He looks jaundiced or something. I don't know what's going on with Davis Jubilee. He's been around forever. Abe Lincoln, Napoleon, Winston Churchill. I don't know. Mint juleps, the Kentucky Derby. Who knows with Davis Jubilee? He's rumored to be anywhere from in his 70s to maybe about 150. We don't know. But he's quite the character. So the guest is Olympic strongman. I don't have to read the resume. You can listen to him every Monday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the World's Strongest Podcast with Avi Klein. That's one Olympic hero, pro wrestling legend, world strongman, Ken Patera, who's been on every week. Oh, yeah, there's technical issues. There's always people doing, who knows what's happening in the atmosphere with the power grid? We don't know what's happening, but there's always something going on. Ken Patera lives out in the frozen tundra. You're aware of that, right? You know who he is. Did you ever see him bend that metal bar in the competition in the World's Strongest Man? Did you see him in the Olympics against that Rusky commie, Alexei Vasilyov? I think that was his name. Did you see him when he was in the Sports Entertainment World Wrestling Federation, when he actually was leaning with his back against the wall, holding a spinning pickup truck, which we would call an SUV now, with his legs as a leg press? Has anybody ever done that? I don't think so. So that was supposed to be the guest, but there's something going on in the atmosphere. So we move on from that, the tech issues. But again, Davis Jubilee to have Ken Patera on. Patera was in the Serene Room last week just to have Ken Patera. Don't miss the World's Strongest Podcast. And Patera is in the second round. You know that, right? He's already in the second round. He slapped the piss out of some jabroni. I'm sorry, Jay. I didn't mean to say jabroni. I said jabroni. I didn't say J-brony. But that's another story for another time. Ken Patera is into the second round. That's all you need to know. And Davis Jubilee, I don't even know if he deserves to have his own segment on the winner's circle. What do you fans think? He's always screwing something up. And you know who's waiting for him. And I hope Avi and Pete make it happen. The real American hero, and I already alluded to it, Stephen Lee. So I'll end this segment off with that, and we'll move on. We go into the matchup part of night 13. This one's hot and heavy. There's history here. We know they had the round-robin triple threat last time around. We will enter the fray coming up, because we already know that Jarrell has moved on, and he will be in the final of round 1 this Saturday night. The Bonanza Extravaganza of the first round. Jarrell defeated Howard and Coach Sharon in the round robin last week on night 12. So on night 13, we know the rules that Avi laid out. Howard faces Sharon And this is it. It's a one and done now. Whoever wins goes on to face Jarrell this Saturday Night Live on night 14. And the other one is, like Avi says, and I'll use the term, it seems to be, catchy, you'll be out persona non grata. So that, and again, as I explained this, the winner has to face Jarrell. In the finale, you're not going to want to miss what happens in that finale. So again, we start out with the video montages highlighting Sharon, Coach Sharon's background. We know that she's a pugilist. We know that she's a trainer. We know the history. She tried to help Howard Collado out to get in shape mentally, physically, spiritually, but she alleges Howard was never on time, didn't take it seriously, didn't care about any of it. We know the history that Howard dated Jarrell's sister from night 12 and back in the green room to begin with. So there's a lot of history and a lot going on here. There's a lot intertwined in this matchup, from the round robin with Jarrell to Coach Sharon and what she did for Avi and getting him that job in Manhattan, Bally's Fitness back in the day and working on projects. We know the history, and we go to the promos of Howard. We know Howard, listen, great green room original, unbelievable guitarist, unbelievable performer all the way around, a thespian, a guy that, again, I say it all the time, he checks just about every box, Howard Collado. The ultimate entertainer who can do everything, in my opinion. He's been screwed. His opponents have disappeared. He's been with the famous, he's been with the infamous. But we're going to do that next. We're coming up to Chaos Corner. We'll continue with this matchup between Howard Collado and Coach Sharon. Don't go anywhere. What an unbelievable conversation with Barry and Cindy. I hope you guys are watching. Chaos Corner, live to tape. We're rolling on with the coverage. We're going into the fray. Coach Sharon, Howard Collado. Don't you dare miss it.